Kit Kats can read.
Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to my November book haul. This is where I will share with you all the books that I have accumulated during the whole month of November that are physical books. And yeah, I've got quite a few to share with you today, and today is the 4th of November. So the first book that I've got here, I got this book from a charity shop as we are going into a national lockdown this week, and places like charity shops are going to be closing. I just went in there on the off chance and I managed to find quite a few books. So the first one is I Stopped Somewhere by T.E. Carter. This is actually like brand new sort of copy. Looks like maybe it's been read once or it's just been sitting on a shelf, but this feels like it's going to be a very, very touching story. It's probably going to be really hard, trigger warnings of rape and murder, but basically this girl called Ellie, she meets someone called Caleb who tells her she's beautiful and everything, and then she finds out that she wasn't the first girl that he raped, but she's the first that he ends up murdering. So she's trapped in limbo, she's unable to move on, and she witnesses him shatter the lives of lots and lots of girls who are powerless and alone. And so like, yeah, it's just her story, and like, will she ever move on? Will this story ever be solved? So yeah, I feel like it's just going to be incredibly touching, really, really hard read. So if any of you guys have read this book, let me know down below what you thought about it, because I remember people like getting it at some point like a couple months ago and talking about it. So yeah, let me know what you think about this one. And then my camera battery died, so I'm filming this next bit on my phone, sorry about that. So I've got here Rainy Day Kisses, and it's by Debbie Macomber. This is a book that I picked up once and then put down, and then I picked up again and was like, you know what, this is the sort of book I would read. So it's actually about Susanna Simmons. Her sister needs a babysitter, and so she agrees to ditch her crazy schedule for one evening, but she reluctantly asks for help from the one man that she never thought that she'd ask, who is a gorgeous bachelor who lives next door called Nate Townsend. So his laid-back attitude and exasperated routine queen Susanna, but it means that he's a natural with her adorable niece, and Susanna's wondering whether throwing out the rulebook might just be her best plan yet. And this also includes an irresistible bonus story called The First Man You Meet. So yeah, so it sounds like a really cute chicklet, almost like a hate to love sort of trope, which is what I always like. So yeah, really looking forward to reading this. Then I picked up Nine Perfect Strangers by Liane Moriarty, and this is the best-selling author of Big Little Lies. Now, I've always seen this book around, but I've never actually picked it up myself. So it's a luxury retreat in the middle of nowhere, 10 days, no one can leave it, 9 strangers are seeking perfection, and they are discovering the perfect lie. So yeah, it just says here, the twist blew my mind. It's a suspenseful page turner. It's going to grip you from the first page. It's suspenseful, brilliant, captivating, and utterly hooking. So if you guys have read this book, please let me know down below in the comments what you thought about it. Did you like it? Even if you didn't like it, what didn't you like about it and stuff, or what you liked about it, and whether you think I will enjoy it. And yeah, I look forward to give it a read, because it sounds like a really good sort of book to read, possibly like maybe in the summer because of the retreat thing. Next of all, I've got here Anne of Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea by Ellen Montgomery. So obviously this is a classic. I've never ever read Anne of Green Gables. I don't even own it myself, so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to pick this up. It was only £1. All these books were literally £1. So this has got like a bind up of these 2 books in it. So this is about like Anne helps on the farm of Green Gables, and she is redheaded, romantic. She causes chaos at the Green Gables. Her wit and good nature delight the community of Prince Edward Island and ensure that it continues to be a firm favourite with all readers worldwide. And then with Anne of Avonlea, it continues with Anne's story. So yeah, so it's the truth about this girl. She's called Anne, and she just seems like quite the spunky little girl. So yeah, and I know this is a favourite among quite a lot of people. This book's in perfect condition as well, brilliant. So I will yeah, I look forward to giving this a read when I get around to it. These next 3 books are like in a series. So we have got here Spring on the Little Cornish Isles, The Flower Farm by Philippa Ashley. I've also got Summer at the Cornish Cafe by Philippa Ashley, and I've got Christmas on the Little Cornish Isles, The Driftwood Inn by Philippa Ashley. So I've got all 3 books of these. They're £1 each, and I'll read to you with Spring. It says, with this one it says, Jess has lived on the flower farm of the Isles of Scilly her whole life. Her boyfriend Adam leaves without an explanation. They discover that her little slice of Cornish paradise can be quite lonely. So for the first time in Will's life, he's met someone he can't stop thinking about. But the woman of your dreams is your employee when nothing is simple. Gabby is running away from painful memories, and where could be more perfect than the remote islands of the Cornish coast, but the past behind them keep moving. So it sounds like sort of like 3 separate people who go to the Cornish Isles, it sounds like. And then in the summer one, we've got here Demi doesn't expect that her summer in Cornwall is going to be anything out of the ordinary. As a waitress working all the hours serving ice cream, there's an exciting holiday season likely to get. So she meets Cal Penwith, who's an outsider, and is persuaded to let Demi help him renovate the holiday resort of Kilhallen Park. So over the summer, Cal and Demi grow close. To her surprise, she realises she's found a place that she can call home, but Cal has complications in his past that makes her wonder if she could be interested in him and him interested in her. And as the summer draws to a close, Demi faces the hardest decision of her life. And then in the Christmas one, we have got here Maisie's moved back to Goal Island to help her parents run the cosy Driftwood Inn. She is looking forward to a properly family Christmas, but she can't shake off the memories of last year and the day that she lost everything. A new arrival then walks into a bar and their world is turned upside down. It is the charming and handsome Patrick, who's perfect to help out over the festive season. But as Christmas Day approaches, she finds herself dreading the spring and the thought of saying goodbye. With the help of festive magic, can Maisie get the happily ever after she has always dreamed of? So it sounds like with these 3 books, you could just read them in any order. They just they seem like they're just within the same sort of like theme, but I just thought like they sounded really cute. Like they're one of those just like really cute series. Next of all, I've got here What Cats Want by Dr. Yuki Hattori, who is Japan's leading cat doctor. So I picked this up when I was in Tesco's the other day doing my food shop before the panic buy. And it's an illustrated guide for truly understanding your cat. I thought this would just be 1, humorous, and 2, just really interesting at the same time. Like, it talks about your cat and it has doodles and illustrations. It explains everything about them. I just thought it was like really interesting. So I was just like, yeah, this could be easily like a sort of coffee table read, or even if it just came out of like a golden egg, I would just totally like just sit down and read this. It just sounds like really interesting, and of course I'd love to know more about my cat. And then finally I have here Sophie Kinsella's new and latest book, which is Love Your Life. So it says on the front here, opposites attract, don't they? So inside here it says Ava, who's sick of online dating, she's trusted her own instincts over an algorithm anyway. She wants a break from it all, so she signs up to a semi-silent anonymous writing retreat in Italy. And love is the last thing on her mind until she meets a handsome stranger. He's funny, he's kind, and she soon learns that he's great in bed. He's equally smitten. After an intoxicating whirlwind affair, they pledge their love without even knowing each other's real names. And so when they return home, reality then hits. They're both driven mad by each other's weird quirks and annoying habits, from his eccentric, naked sauna-loving family to her terribly behaved dog, Harold. And as disaster follows disaster, it seems that while they do love each other, they just can't love each other's lives. Can they overcome the differences to find one life together? And Jenny Colgan has quoted it here saying, as close to perfect as romantic comedies get. I love myself a good rom-com. I love Sophie Kinsella, and I just like her writing style, so I feel like this would be like a real good fun read. So a book that I found at my workplace, we have like a little section where we put secondhand books, and so I managed to pick up an Animal Arc book that I don't have, and this one is Seal on the Shore. It's all by Lucy Daniels, so it's a summer special, this one. and I don't know what this writing is, but somebody previously owned this book. But yeah, I managed to like pick it up, so it's brilliant to have like another addition to my animal art books. They were like books that I grew up on, so it's like kind of sentimental to me. And then I also got a couple of books from a little sort of library that is sort of like leave a book, take a book, little library bookcase thing that is along the road, just like literally up the road. And I managed to pick up a couple of books from there. So the one that I picked up was Marley, A Dog Like No Other by John Grogan, a special adaptation from the international best-selling author. So this is literally about Marley. So this is actually about the dog Marley. So I do have Marley and Me, the book, but this is actually like believed differently and just based on Marley. So yeah, the adults book is Marley and Me, but like this is like the children's version. So yes, it's literally about this dog called Marley, and the movie got inspired by the real dog, and apparently it's the world's worst dog, but for those who do love him, he's a dog like no other, who brings joy to his family as he bounds through life, teaching them about what really matters. So this is like in the author's own words, and it's a heartwarming, unforgettable story of the world's most lovable and exuberant dog. And I love my animals, so yeah, I had to pick that up. And the other one really intrigued me actually, and this is like in really good condition too. So this is The Girl Who Reads on the Metro, and this is by Christine Fleury. So sure. There's the author's name right there, just so you can see. But look at this gorgeous cover, like that lovely, like sort of like sunrise, I kind of want to say. Could be a sunset, but yeah, like beautiful blue sky and everything, and it's gorgeous. It even goes round. But it's one of these paperbacks that's sort of like bend round. But yeah, it's really sort of like funky. And it says, a French phenomenon ready to charm book lovers everywhere. Magical book will have you under a spell in no time. It's a tale for everyone who likes to end a book with a smile on their face. So this is about Juliet, who takes the metro to her office job each morning. She escapes in the books. She reads on her journey and imagines what her fellow commuters' choice might say about them. She meets Solomon, the mysterious owner of the most enchanting bookshop Juliet has ever seen, and things will never be the same again because Solomon believes in the power of books to change the course of life, and he's about to change Juliet's forever. I mean, come on, like, it's about books. Like, a book that's about books. With people who like books, what is not to love from this book? Also in November, I received How the King of Elfame Learned to Hate Stories by Holly Black. This is a pre-order that I managed to get with my Amazon gift voucher. I have an Amazon MasterCard, and when I reach 1,000 points, I get a £10 gift card. So I only paid £1 towards this. I think it was like just over £1. And yeah, so this is the latest book that's in this series. It's sort of told from the point of view of Prince Carden, sort of like before things happen. I think there's like a story possibly of like after the final book as well. So yeah, I'm really excited to have this because I absolutely love the Cruel Prince and the Wicked King and the Queen of Nothing. I just love all those books so much by Holly Black. And yeah, this was a November release, so I'm happy to have this as well. Absolutely gorgeous, sort of like decal inside. And yeah, it's I mean, look at this, it's gorgeous, it's so pretty. And then just with the images that are like in this book are absolutely pretty, and you know, just as you go along reading it, there's just images, and yeah, that sort of like brings a uniqueness to the book. And yeah, I'm really sort of excited and looking forward to eventually getting around to reading it, if and when it does decide to come out of the golden egg for the month, because it's in there. So hopefully it will come out very soon. So I've got a final book that has arrived in the month of November, and this is The Magpie Society. It's by Zoe Sugg and Amy McCullough, and this was a book that was in my wish list. I heard like interesting things about this book. I really like the premise of it, and obviously Zoe Sugg as well. I read her Girl online book, so I was like, okay. So this is about a student that's found dead on a beach, and someone is poised to strike again. So To new student Audrey Wagner, Illumin Hall is a mystery. The students scuttle around the halls like they're afraid of something, and her new roommate is acting very strangely, and the school has a weird obsession with magpies. To Ivy, Illumin Hall is home. Ivy has big plans for this year, and she doesn't need a new roommate cluttering up her space. But then the summer's tragic incident is wrenched to the fore when a mysterious podcast airs with one sinister headline, "I know who killed Lola and one of you is next." So it's like a thriller, but I'm also intrigued about these magpies as well. Like, I wonder if there's some sort of like magical element too. So yeah, that would be like really cool if somehow that's like about it. But yeah, so this is like the last book that I got in November. I'm really looking forward to reading it. I feel like it's going to be an interesting book, and I feel like I would enjoy it. So yes, I'm really glad that I got this book now. And that, my friends, is the end of my November book haul. I hope you guys have enjoyed all of the books that were in this video, and if you have read them, let me know about them. I'm really excited about all these books. I mean, I always am, hence why I do pick them up. And yeah, I'm excited to add them to my collection, and as you can tell, I'm obviously being a lot better with my book buying and book spending and stuff. But yeah, I honestly just can't wait to get into these books, get my meaty hands into these books. So that's it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. For those of you that have, give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, obviously, so that I know you guys have enjoyed watching this video. And my name is Katie. All of my social media links are linked down below if you'd like to follow me elsewhere. Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads, you'll find it down below, including like book clubs as well if you'd like to join in some book clubs that I am part of. And yeah, that's it from me, guys. So keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. Most importantly, please stay safe, and I will see all of you wonderful, awesome people in my next video. Bye.